The 2022 cap hasn't been set, but the ceiling is $208.2 million, which would be a 14% increase from this year. It's 182. That's a big deal. Usually it doesn't go up more than 10%. So it looks like the league is bouncing back more than expected. Good old US of A, good old NFL. How does this impact the 49ers future? Maverick, I want you to tell me the answer.
I think it helps because $208 million, like you said, a lot more than it is this year. And plus, as long as Trey Lance takes that leap that I think everyone's hoping he does, where he would be the starter, not this season, but the next season for sure, then that frees up the money that you would be creating by moving on from Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's a lot of money. You can make a lot of moves with that if you lock up Fred Warner this year or you don't, and you get the salary cap this year rolling over in the event you don't trade for Julio Jones. You get even more money in that way, and then you can lock up Fred Warner, save some more money, front load some contracts to create money in 2023 when you got to lock up your boy Nick Bosa if they don't trade him.
Ross Dwelly, yeah, him too.
Yeah.
Who's next? Yeah.
I'll go next. I actually think this hurts the 49ers. And the reason why is our strength is Parag. Parag is the cap genius. So when the caps are lower, it makes you have to have one of those guys on a calculator that can really fit in how to get the most out of your cap. When the cap is really high, that just means teams can outbid when it comes to talent and free agency. And 49ers aren't going to outbid people unless it makes sense. You know what I mean? So, like, they're not going to –
taxes come down in California dramatically in the next couple of years.
I think this next offseason, especially with a lot of the players going into free agency, we're going to lose guys. Like, we're not going to be able to retain everybody because other teams are going to overpay them. And we're just going to get used to that because with extra money, there's always going to be a team that's going to overpay a player. And so I think that's where the harm comes. But then Parag is a genius, so he'll figure out a way. But overall, I would say it's probably a negative effect on the Niners as far as retaining talent and maybe even getting like other talent onto the team.
It was a compelling take. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I kind of go falling between both Suneil and Mav on this one. I think there's some pros and cons to it. I think the 49ers and pretty much the NFL, the teams knew that the salary cap was going to be going in this direction for 2022. So they weren't really caught off guard by this. I think that's also why you saw the 49ers for 2021 being able to bring back some of these guys that, had options to go elsewhere that on bigger deals for multiple years, but chose to come back to the 49ers on a one-year deal because they know that they're going to be able to cash in next year. So I think a lot of the players that the 49ers might lose are going to be the older guys that you kind of want them to lose anyway. But this money is going to be able to go towards keeping Nick Bosa, keeping Fred Warner, and some of these other contracts that are going to be coming up that they're going to need to re-sign guys, even guys like Dre Greenlaw and stuff like that. So I think it's going to help them out, keeping their own, Ross Dwelly, keeping their own guys and hey, Julio Jones, bring him on in. $11 million. We just got an extra 26. Now it's only 14.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I think that we are positioned pretty well, although it is, when you look at it, it looks rough. So $194 million is the current liabilities that the Niners have on the books, and that's only for about 35 players. So of $208 million, 194 for 35 doesn't look great, but then you obviously have to consider that Jimmy Garoppolo's salary is still on there. That's $27 million. It's only $1.4 million in dead money when you trade or release him. And so you're getting back $25.5 million.
Rich Berg will also be off it eventually. I don't know if you're looking at that one. Maybe they can eventually get rid of D Ford eventually, or is he a Niner for life?
I think that's all dead money from here on out. Okay, we have redone that contract enough to where all we have left is to hope that he can play. Otherwise, it's all dead money.
He's like Bobby Bonilla for them.
Yeah. Oh, he's still getting paid, right?
Oh, yeah.
God, for like 20 more years.
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm the worst. Keep going.
The worst. I mean, if I could get on a different show, I would. But this is the only option I have. So.
Did you see me and you in the Uber car? Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's phenomenal.
Yes. All right, keep going.
Phenomenal. So, yeah, I think that it sets up nicely. The other thing that I think is very important that not many people are keyed into, but I think Adam Schefter pointed it out, 2023 is going to be an explosion in the cap. So what that means is you actually want to get all your free agent, if you're a team, you want to get all your free agent deals done in 2022, because in 2023, those deals for free agents are going to be atrocious. Think 2016 NBA.
Right. Yes.
There's some unbelievable deals that just ended. Guys getting 4 years, 80 mil that were just contributors on the bench. I mean, it was ugly. And that's what
you're
going
about
to
how
see.
Expensive a Ross Dwelly is going to be in 2023. Lock him up in 2022.
Lock him up.
A Ross Dwelly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
There's only one Ross Dwelly.
And who's due for a big pay increase in 2023? Is it Nicholas
Bosa?
Well, hey man, if he stays healthy the next 2 years, pay him, I guess. But I mean, he'll have to prove it.
We're set up to have a bunch of these 1 year deals expire in 2022 and then get multiple year deals done and avoid the 2023 catastrophe and just use that windfall to re-sign our own guys we know to be proven.
You guys get great answers. I don't have nothing to add other than trade for Julio.
Sign Ross Dwelly.
Yeah, sign Ross Dwelly. Bingo.